Welcome to the last part of this Viewpoint series on the payments industry and transformation. In this last chapter, we assess what banks, corporate treasurers and infrastructure providers have told us, and we conclude that only through working together will the industry get to the next level of efficiency. Christian Westerhaus, who is Deutsche Bank's Global Head of Products and Strategy, Institutional Cash Management, says that the payments industry needs to respond to change and that collaboration is the way forward. So we've heard from a banker, from a corporate treasurer, we've heard from Swift, the market infrastructure provider in this Viewpoint series. Christian, what do you think are the key takeaways from what we've heard so far?
I think it's important to look at the end-to-end value chain when considering innovation and new investments. So we got to start with what the corporates need in their future cash management demands. And when we work together as banks and market infrastructures, we got to keep into account what that demand is, and then the leading players have to work together to make that happen and need to make mindful choices on which innovations to focus on.
Okay, let's start with that end-to-end concept then. Tell us a little bit more what you have in mind. What's the vision for delivering that end-to-end concept in payments?
As a matter of fact, whenever we settle as an interbank provider, as an intermediary, payments and money, this happens very fast, within minutes. If we look at the end-to-end client experience, we cannot say that for correspondent banking, for example, the service is fully predictable end-to-end from the originating client to the beneficiary account. And this is what we need to improve, to have the reliability of time cycle, being able to predict charges, and also to offer investigation and tracking services.
Right, because Francois Masquelier of RTL, he deliberately mentioned that, didn't he? He said he wants to be able to track it from start to finish.
Right. Yeah. And when we deliver those tracking services, we shouldn't do it on a legacy basis, yet we should think about deploying solutions which, for example, are cloud-based and enable these services to be accessible for all in the value chain of a payment.
Okay, and we also discussed a lot about fintechs and innovation. So how do you see the banks taking up this innovation? I mean, I think Avi Ifagan of Bank Leumi said, traditionally banks are a little bit slow moving, but do you think the fintechs are giving them a bit of a push forward?
Definitely fintechs have a positive influence where it comes to innovation. In particular, they concentrate on specific parts of the value chain. And here as banks, as individual banks, yet also when we work together collaboratively, we got to make the choice on where we go into partnerships.
Okay, collaboration, is that really the key to the future of the payments industry?
For the payments industry, I say a clear yes. The payments industry has been a network industry, and I reckon it's going to be a network industry going forward. Therefore, leading players got to work together between banks, globally, regionally, sometimes with local players, in market infrastructures, with our corporate clients, and also with fintechs.
And how does that sit with the banks? Because, I mean, traditionally you're used to competing with other banks. Now you're saying you actually have to cooperate and work together with them.
In the area of correspondent banking, banks have always worked together. Otherwise, this big international network wouldn't have been built out. It wouldn't exist. We just need to take this collaboration further. That means covering the entire value chain, and with that, optimizing the service for the end clients.
And are you optimistic that we're going to see the changes that the companies want in terms of end-to-end payments and better tracking in the foreseeable future?
I think we are at a point now which has never reached before, where there is the consciousness of what is required to achieve just that. One example is Swift's Global Payments Innovation Initiative, where 60 banks work together on that concept, and the developments in that space are real.
Christian, we look forward to seeing all these changes put into place.